All right, so here at the end, we have our tentative class schedule. So this is how the semester is going to look over the next 12 weeks. Again, I have an asterisk up here and in bold stating that all work is due on the due date shown by 11:59 p.m. There will be no late work accepted. So I have on the right-hand side that column, the date due column. That's the date that all of these assignments to the left are due by 11:59 p.m. And those are all Sundays with the exception of the last one, which is a Friday. All right, so all of your work for every week in this semester will be due on the Sunday of that week, and these are the dates, by 11:59 p.m., except for the very last week, and that's because the semester ends on a Friday, so I'm not able to take it out to that Sunday. So please note now in your schedules, if you plan ahead like that, that the very last week, the body systems partial unit there at the bottom and the final exam are both due by that Friday rather than Sunday. So if we go back up at the top here on the left-hand side, I have our different weeks 1 through 12, with the exception of after week 9, we do have a break for Thanksgiving. Then the different units, so remember everything is split up into units. Then we have the topics covered, meaning the subunit topics within those units, and then the dates due. So if we look here, our first week, week 1, part of unit 1, we have our introduction topic, which is this, going through the syllabus, going through the Canvas course, doing all of your, setting up Remind, doing, learning about the Genius Scan app if you're going to use it, setting up Respondus Monitor, and all of the stuff associated with learning the class. So that's all part of week 1. But also, we only have 12 weeks, so we're jumping right into material as well. You have your basic chemistry, parts 1 and 2 that are due this week as well. So a little bit further down, you can see here, so our introduction piece is all of the syllabus stuff and going over Canvas. I also have down here that you need to complete the syllabus quiz. So please do note, you want to get in right away, download the Respondus Monitor so you can take that syllabus quiz, because the part 1, this basic chemistry, parts 1 and 2, will not be available to you until you do that. So you must do that first, complete the syllabus quiz using the Respondus Lockdown browser and monitor, and then basic chemistry parts 1 and 2 will open for you, that next module. So then part of this very first week, you are to complete the basic chemistry parts 1 and 2, which is based on life and atoms, and submit those 2 assignments. So the first 2 assignments that are due are going to be lecture notes for parts 1 and 2, and then the quizzes for parts 1 and 2. Okay, so based on life and atoms, and you'll see in the Canvas portion what is due and when it's due. All of the due dates are in there. I also put on here to start Study Skills 1. This is absolutely necessary because Study Skills 1 requires that you record everything you do in 30-minute increments and chunks throughout the entire week. And this needs to be live in real time, not looking back and estimating when you were studying, when you were on your phone, things like that. So it needs to be something that you're focusing on every single day for the next week. So you need to start it early. Okay, so you need to start that right away. Get that printed out, get that chart there and on your desk or counter, and then start filling that out in 30-minute increments in real time. So do not wait on the study skills. So first things first, go through the introduction material, complete the syllabus quiz, then you'll have the basic chemistry unit available to you. Print out that study skills right away, and then get to work on the material for the week. All of these things are due on September 27th, which is Sunday, again by 11:59 p.m. So then the second week is still part of Unit 1. It's the second half of Unit 1. So during the second half, you'll need to do the basic chemistry, parts 3 and 4, based on molecules, water, and pH, as well as take the exam on basic chemistry. And that will all be due by October 4th, by 11:59 p.m. So in the Canvas, I want to go over in a little bit more detail how this works with all of the different pieces, because you have different pieces for the parts. So parts 1 and 2, you'll have lecture notes for that and quizzes for that. For basic chemistry, parts 3 and 4, you'll have lecture notes for that and quizzes for that. But then you'll have a study skills for the entire unit. You'll have homework for the entire unit, and then you'll have an exam for the entire unit. So please do look in Canvas at the due dates, because the pieces that are specific to parts 1 and 2 are due by September 27th. The parts that are specific to 3 and 4 are due by October 4th, but the homework, which covers all 4 parts, and the study skills, which covers the entire unit, and the exam are all due on October 4th. So it seems like a lot of things are due during the end of the unit week. However, you can begin all but the exam at the very beginning. And that's what I highly recommend that you do. I recommend that you access study skills right away. Of course, you have to for this one. And that you access the homework right away. And you start working through those things so that at the end of the second week, in this case, you're not trying to cram and get everything done. This will be more clear when we get to the Canvas piece, if you haven't already watched that. So I'm going to quickly move through some more of this just to kind of reiterate that. And hopefully when you go to Canvas, you'll see a little bit more clearly when we talk about it. So week 3 starts unit 2. So you'll do organic chemistry part 1. All of that will be due by October 11th. Then week 4 is organic chemistry part 2, due by October 18th. And then again on week 5, that's where we wrap up our unit 2. So you'll do organic chemistry part 3, but then also you'll have the study skills that's due for unit 2. You'll have the homework that's due for unit 2 and the exam that's due for unit 2, all due by October 25th. Okay, again, but you can start those ahead of time. And then on throughout the rest, you can see how it's broken down into different parts and then the units. At the end, I do want to bring your attention to, after Thanksgiving break, we have our genetics unit, which is our 5th unit. Remember, we have 5 whole units, and that's split up into parts 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 in the 2 different weeks. And then you'll take exam 5 on genetics. Now, that last week, we have a partial unit. It's called the body systems partial unit. So this will work a little differently than each of the other units because it's just a partial unit. And I'm not going to bog you down with the details right now. We'll get there, and I'll have an explanatory video at that time. But please do note that since it is a partial unit, it doesn't apply to all of the other rules for all of the units, meaning there aren't all of those required assignments for the unit. So it is a small partial unit that we will talk about when we get there. But then that last week, we also have the final exam. So that's the cumulative and required final exam. And again, that last week, everything is due on December 18th, which is a Friday and not a Sunday. All right, so if you have any questions regarding the syllabus, please do either text me, post on the general comments discussion board in Canvas, or email me. I will do my best to answer them, but please do ensure that you've watched all of the videos for the syllabus and all of the videos for the introduction to Canvas. I know when I was going over this, it sounds a little bit confusing, but I think the Canvas videos will really clarify some of these things if they are confusing to you at this time. So please do watch those videos as well, and then let me know if you still have questions after that.